It is the morning run. It is Big Dog Chico. It is Scoop. It is your main man, Uncle Neely, checking in on this hump day with the morning run. We got Coach Prime on the road to Tampa. Training camps kicking off. Travis already doing his thing. We're going to discuss how they're going to break up his time. And I see Toronto is already in the chat. We got a first round pick from the Toronto Blue Jays joining us, Coach Earl Sanders. It is the morning run.
He ain't lying. Uncle Neely hit him with the
Rewind. Selector.
Dukes. All I had to do was
two-hand dunk.
hard.
Hey, Dukes, you missed the other day, Dukes.
Yeah.
I did one to Chico, and I said, Chico, I'm going to do you like we do in the playground, like we do in the gym.
That clip coming out, too.
I'm passing it with instructions. Lay that up, Chico. Shoot that, Chico.
Yeah, that's all.
Hey, right back, Chico, right back. Like, you can't just get a ball to Chico. You got to let it play with it.
I ain't never heard of being phrased like that. That's good.
Right.
Yeah.
I was working on that clip last night before I fell asleep, man. I was laughing like hell. That was funny. So true, though. Shoot that, Chico. Shoot that, Dukes.
Right.
Y'all know what it is, man. The morning run. Phillip Dukes, Big Dog Chico, the badass Uncle Neely right here on the Pregame Network. It's morning time somewhere, 7 a.m. Hawaii time, all the way to 1 p.m. Eastern time out there in Atlanta, Georgia. Y'all see the A on his hat. You see the Jacktown on his hat. Y'all see the E-ski, the braids on. Oh, no.
What we see on yours?
That, what'd you say?
Yeah.
Hey, man. We got to talk about some sports and culture today, as we normally do on this show. We want you guys to join in the conversation. Also, get in the chat, leave your questions and your comments so we can get to them. Also, put your city and your state in there so we can shout them out. And go to the website also and get you some merch while you're here. You know what I mean? Support the channel. You know, you might not get that cold-blooded hat, those cold-blooded hats that they're wearing, but you can get something. You understand me? Give a shout out to those, you know what I mean? Those hat makers right there, man.
I'm going to tell you this. I got a big shout out to give, man. The chat is checking in, man. Brooklyn, New York, Memphis, Tennessee, Port Arthur, Texas. They call that PAT if you're down with UGK. Man, Arizona is in the building. So what we doing? Also, Texas is in the building. So what we doing? Upper Marlboro, Maryland, Brooklyn, New York, ATL checking in. ATL, Bodymore, Murderland. That's Baltimore, Maryland checking in.
Baltimore.
Chat, man. Y'all make sure you check in. Keep dropping your location. And most importantly, hit that like button. The like button is free. Get ready to get your questions up. We'll get to them. If we see them, you want us to really see them, put your money where your mouth is. Make it a super chat.
Super chat. Dukes was calculating.
Oh, man, ain't nothing slow motion, but, you know, slow motion better than no motion.
Ain't lying.
Bible.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, man, the rain been coming in Atlanta for the last few days. So is it like Monday? It was crazy. With the thunderstorms in Atlanta, you know, I actually got booted off the show. I think Parlay had issues too. Shout out to Parlay with that crazy interview he gave us. And yeah, man. So shoot, we're gonna get out here and get to running around later on. Man, Cam turned his ankle yesterday at practice, so I ain't got my training buddy today. So I'm gonna have to get out here and go get my steps in by myself. But yeah, man, just another any day above ground is a good day for me, man. So I'm just grateful to be here.
Absolutely. Hey, Cam, get well soon. Let me tell you this. Don't listen to your daddy. Take your time with that ankle. Now you're gonna try next time you ready. Ankles and hamstrings are real easy to reset and have to start over. Take your time, Cam.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know, they start full pads next week. So I just told them, man, look, I'm cool if you wait out till next week, dog. But on Thursday, I do want to hear them pads get to clapping. So hey, you hear me? That's first day of school for them too, so they should be excited. Man, can y'all believe school back, bro? The school bus is on the way back, man.
Unheard of, man. We ain't start back school after Labor Day.
Man,
we got out like we were gonna get out before Memorial Day, the end of May, and we ain't go back to after Labor Day. Man, these jokers to school in July.
Man, you know, and the best part about it, when school is out, is you don't got all them school buses stopping traffic in the daytime in the morning time. So you got somewhere to be.
Different vibe.
Yeah, man. You know, it's about you can take about 10 to 15 minutes in Atlanta when the school bus is not in circulation. But now, man, please, man, it's finna go up, dog.
And let me say this: I ain't against year-round school with built-in breaks. Like the school year was based on farming.
Yep.
And ain't nobody like that no more, man. So it's like I ain't against year-round school. It's just different seeing kids, standing at the bus stop on a July morning.
Yeah, man. July 31st, they're gonna be outside in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. It's different for me out here in Hawaii to see the kids and to know it, because I have kids, of course. They're out of school, like the school lets out at like 12:15. I'm like, what are we doing? Are we just they'll be here 4.5 hours? So it's almost like you have to pay for the after school program.
Oh, wow.
If you can get accepted, first of all, then you have to pay for the after school program just so they can stay there till about 3:30, 5 o'clock. So that people who have normal jobs can actually pick up their kids. So
they go to school for 4 hours.
Man, listen, man, they get there at 7:45 basically, and that bell ringing at 12:15, dog. I said, I wish I went to school here.
They so badass kids, they just trying to get them out. Like, have you really checked to see if everybody get out at 12:15? We do some research, dudes. We get first here. We do some research. It might just be a Chico thing, man.
Man,
like, damn, it was just me. I was wondering why I was the only one up here picking my kids up and everybody else still in school. Like, come get your badass kids at 12:15.
We can't take them no more.
No, shout out to Aunt Tiny. Aunt Tiny just checked in the chat for sure.
Yeah, man. Big Pit up in here.
Man, seen Big Pit got a ticket for passing the school bus in the ATL. Saw my guys Churchill Smoke Shop checked in. Chris Evans checked in. Short bus, short day.
Short bus.
Hey, Evans. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. I was rocking this one when we got ready to start the show, and then Deuce came with his upside down. Hey, I said, "Hey, hold on, dog. Hold on, yeah. Cribs now. We gonna rip the cribs."
No, so man, this I think this the Usher edition hat, man. My sister got it for me. So Usher had like an all-star edition. He had like 3 hats that the Braves dropped with a collaboration with Usher. So this is one of them. So she told me to pick. Like, I think that was like my early birthday, late Father's Day gift. So shout out to Regina Dukes for that.
That's that piece up, A-Town down.
Right. And look, and it got it on there too. Maybe it was on the back.
Yeah. Yep. Piece up.
Chico Deuce, Coach Prime is on the road, man. He's in Tampa. Went to visit Shiloh at camp.
Yeah.
We'll all be back, not Shiloh. We'll all be back in Boulder this weekend to get ready to kick off the season. But how good did it do you fellas hearts and eyes to see Coach Prime on the road again, as Willie Nelson would say?
Man, a lot of good, man. Not even just on the football perspective, but from the human perspective, just to see him. And, everybody had concerns and was sending well wishes and prayers. And just for him to be able to be out, be around, looking like himself, good energy, and being in a football environment more than anything, right. Where, sometimes it takes a little more energy to be in that football environment. Your feet a long time. It ain't a whole lot of chairs out there. You moving around. Then sometimes you got, and the excitement from being a Hall of Fame football player, you got to monitor that as well, because you could easily say, hey, you get excited and you do too much. So seeing him look comfortable and being at home on the football field was great for my eyes to see.
Yeah, man, it's good to see him back out there. You could tell like he knows it's football time again. And any athlete return, even when I pass by a certain football field and I smell the grass, it does something to me. So just for him being out there on the grass and smelling the grass and hearing the whistles and all the familiar sights and sounds and stuff like that, I think it puts him back in that mode and lets him know it's time to get ready to go. I just hope that and wish nothing but health, on him, and that he'll be back full strength when the season starts and be back to himself. And I'm saying that assuming that he's not, based off of the past. But other than that, it felt great to see him out there, man. And I know Shiloh felt good seeing his pops out there on the sideline too, out there on the field. Probably gave him an extra boost also. I saw him out there talking to Coach Bowles and everything. So shout out to Coach Prime, man. Happy to have him back.
And if y'all are wondering what the red circles in the chat mean, Brooklyn Driver came up with a formula that every time Chico puts himself in somebody else's story, you got to put a red circle in the chat, because all roads lead back to Chico, no matter what we're talking about.
True story. True story. I'm just telling, this is my life.
Fat Joe.
Fat Joe, this is my life.
Man, Fat Joe said he drank 40 sodas a day.
Oh my God, that's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Diet Cokes.
Yeah, Fat Joe.
It's just
crazy,
like Charles
man.
Barkley. They must have some crack in those things because I've never seen anybody say they drink just one or two. It's extreme.
I don't care what they say in front of their can. If you drink 40 of them, diet don't matter.
Hey man, look.
Like you can't have 5 diet nothing. You just dismissed it being diet.
Exactly.
It's like putting all that salad dressing and bacon on your salad. Like,
right.
Go eat a hamburger, dog. You ain't done nothing.
Yeah, man, go eat a cheeseburger.
You done put a whole bunch of cheese and ranch dressing on a bunch of lettuce and calling it a salad. Man, that's a bowl of cereal.
My bad, Carlton Webb. Shout out to Carlton Webb for the red circle creation for Chico.
Carlton Webb claiming that.
Webb created that.
Man, do y'all think Coach Prime gonna make it to Cleveland?
Yeah, I think there's word on the street he's gonna make some rounds before touching down in Boulder, man. One of the things when we actually texted this morning, but one of the last times we talked, he was just letting me know that he's really gearing up for Colorado camp and structuring his day, around that. Meaning, hey, I need, like you just said, Chico. Dukes. I need to be able to be on my feet for this amount of time, be able to do team meetings. So what he's been doing at home with the walk-in and everything that you don't see is making sure he can handle a football day, and he's at that point, beyond that point. So like we always said, he was going to be back for football time in America because it was strength and conditioning time anyway, and not time for football coaches. So it was the perfect time for him to take some time off, get his physical right, get his mental right. His spiritual is always above par. So, yeah, he's ready, man.
Nah, man, that's a blessing and a half. And I'm going to tell you what really excited me more than anything was him shooting basketball.
Yeah,
hey, when Coach Prime went out there and put that jumper to work, I said, okay, yeah, he's feeling good. Now, if anybody who's taking time off from the game of basketball, it does something to you when you feel good enough to say, man, pass me the rock. I'll show you what to do with it. And so anytime you see somebody who probably hasn't shot ball in a while go out there and they start seeing that ball go through the hoop, you kind of notice the energy that it does something to you to watch the ball go through. And I think it did something to him as well. And you're going to see some pep in this step for sure. This ain't, and I think people think they're getting diet Coach Prime. No, I think you're gonna get the full Coach Prime and probably more than you have in the past.
Say that part. Let me tell you this, Dukes, Chico, chat. Ain't no such thing as diet Coach Prime. Ain't no such thing as watered down Coach Prime. In fact, anytime that you would think, okay, he about to ease up, it come more. When he's at home, you're gonna get a to-do list, notes. Like he'll tell you when he's in Colorado. Shout out to his people, take care of Country Prime, the Youngs. He's like, Neela, when I come home, I got to see something different because I feel like I work for nothing. He said, so it's the same when I'm home from Colorado, when I get back to the building, like something needs to have elevated. We got to keep on moving forward. All the little things matter. So it ain't no, coach going to take it easy, because he's going through something. What that little boy say on that meme?
A bush.
A bush.
Oh man, hey, just like I said, man, great to have him out there. We'll see if he goes to Cleveland where Shedeur is. I'm sure Shedeur will be happy to see him also. We'll go from there. We'll post some pictures on this in the post so y'all can see it. I'm sure if y'all
and Chico Dukes had a Trav update. What's going on in Jacksonville? Is how they're gonna be balancing him out and roll him out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Segue to it, but good job. I was getting off the exit, but you get off the exit, Chico. Get off the exit.
You take your damn time. We got a guest coming on. You drive behind the slow ass car with 3 empty lanes to the left, like Chico. You gonna go around this mofo? Like SWWD. So what we doing, Chico?
I'm trying to not bang my rims, dog.
Man, great passes from each of you, man. I appreciate it, man. I feel good to be able to be on the receiving end of 2 such great passes, man. Bounce pass and a no look from Unc. So I appreciate it. But man, if you go look at ESPN.com, you'll see the headline is Jacksonville plans on quote unquote flip flopping Travis Hunter. And when you go and you read the article, what they're talking about is Travis Hunter starting out camp on the offensive side of the ball, and they literally have a plan put in place for Travis Hunter to get equal time on offense and defense. So everything they said about Travis Hunter before the draft, saying that, oh, well, he can't go in and say what he wants to do, and that's not wise for him to say if he can't play both sides. He doesn't want to play ball. He was his true self, and I think, like with anything else, we could take a lesson from that. What's for you is for you, and so now Jacksonville drafted him. They did some things to be able to draft him, and now they're going to protect their investment by making sure they can play him on both ways, but also they've included him on his plan of how to get the most out of his talents. And I think that's an excellent job by the Jaguars by being able to focus on the talent and be able to work around them. So when you put that type of investment in somebody, you got to call the subject matter expert. And there's no better expert in today's game to tell you how to play a full game both ways or to play more than 50 snaps on each side of the ball than Travis Hunter. So the plan right now, it looks like he'll be offense this week. Next week he'll be defense, and then there'll be 2 days here, 2 days offense, 2 days defense. They'll flip flop him, and then from that point he'll be able to go offense and defense in the same practice, which I think is going to be phenomenal. And I think one of the best things that Liam Cohen said was that when Travis Hunter is able to get the offense down pat, because you got so many checks, you got to understand so much in the route tree. They are so confident in his skills defensively that they wanted to start him offensively. And I think a lot of people thought it was going to be the other way around. It's like, okay, well, you start him defensive and then you just put a package in for him on offense. Jacksonville started him the other way around, and I thought that spoke volumes to Travis, the player, and how much they respect him in Jacksonville. And I'm looking forward to great things this year from 12 in Jacktown.
Man, you nailed it. You hit it. You did the damn thing. Sometimes folks like Chico see a wheel and be like, man, I think I can make that wheel better. Let me reinvent it. You don't have to reinvent the wheel in this situation. The best expert, as you eloquently said, Dukes, on Travis Hunter is Travis Hunter. Ask him. And let's say for a minute, well, of course Travis would say that to us. Pick up the phone and call Jason Phillips. Pick up the phone and call Rob Livingston, who spent decades in the NFL, Cincinnati's defense. So it gives you the receiver coach and the defensive coach, and ask them how they did it. And how they did it in Colorado is exactly how Jacksonville is doing it in Duval. Week here, we're going to do a week there. We're going to evaluate which one needs the more work, do that one again next, and then we're going to chop it down the middle. Next thing you know, you're at the start of the season, and he's going to play both ways in a game in the NFL preseason and beyond. The blueprint is there. You had a head coach, the only head coach in America that would know how to coach a Travis Hunter would be Deion Sanders, because who's the expert on Deion Sanders? Deion Sanders.
Right.
He plays both ways. Even plays special teams in theirs too. So when you put all that stuff together, man, the model exists, the blueprint exists for success. They drafted this guy wanting him to excel at both positions, knowing the financial quagmire that they could put them in 4 years from now, because now you got to pay him for both positions. They want this to work, and they're investing in it, working with their scheme and the way they're operating, the way they're talking. And the biggest person that they're talking to about how to do this is Travis Hunter himself.
You just brought up a really good point. If Travis Hunter is who we believe he is and who we know he is, 4 years from now, he could be the first highest paid player in the league, non-quarterback.
If this works, he's going to be.
Yep.
1,000%. If he puts up DB numbers like he did at Colorado, if he puts up wide receiver numbers like he did at Colorado, we have to keep in mind he already, quote unquote, broke the bank with the guaranteed money he took home up front at signing. Biggest player to ever do it as a non-quarterback first overall pick. That money was based on his draft status. This next contract is going to be based on performance. If this works, the market is reset. Woo, big time.
Yeah, you got to make him the highest paid player. Even if you pay him as a top 5 receiver and you make him a top 10 corner, and even if he's a top 5 corner, let's say he's a top 10 corner, and you have to take and you prorate that corner portion, and you just add a prorated portion to the wide receiver money, he's easily the highest paid player in the league.
All right. My thoughts on this and why and how they're flip-flopping in the goals. The goal, I think, is to have Travis in a position week 1 and throughout this season to where It doesn't have to be a quote unquote package on offense. If anything, I think it'll be a package on defense. Why do I say that? I think because on offense, it will be very difficult to go out there and just learn a certain package and based off of what all the things that he can do. So let's say, for instance, he has just a package, but then you have to audible or something. The best thing for him is to learn the entire offense, and then they can break that down to where you only do these packages or whatever, because you never know how the offense is going to go. You're going to have audibles, you're going to have a change of plays and things of that nature. So it's best for every player to understand all the nuances of the offense, all of the lingo, the terminology, to where the quarterback can have full range of this, right? So you do that, you start them out on offense, let him get acclimated to that, and then you put him on defense, which is more natural for him. And what is it on defense? You're not going to have as many checks, and you know that he's going to be playing probably, a large percentage of the time man. Put him in man. And what else you going to be playing? Probably cover 2. So not so many differences on defense as opposed to what offense can present. Because like I said, you can go into offense with 2 or 3 plays in the huddle, and now that's going to be based on the quarterback at the line of scrimmage. And you can't have somebody out there like I used to be at times, like, hold up, QB. What route I got on that? Man, you got to be on point, dog. And so you get them on offense, let them learn that full system, and then let his natural ability take over on defense and go from there. That's what
excellently and expertly said, Chico. And again, I'll double down and triple down on it. The exact model that Jason Phillips endorsed and wanted done in Colorado. It's like, look, and when it comes to the precise route running, getting in and out your release, he's a gifted athlete, but we need time to work on that. When he's going to be on the defensive side, Coach Rob Lives will tell you, well, he can roll out of bed and play. Man, that's just athleticism. Like, we're going to put him on the best guy over there in single coverage. He's not worried about what Shiloh or Cam Silverman is doing over the top help-wise, because he got that. Same thing when Deion Sanders, you do it with the Braves, 49ers, and Cowboys. He got, hey, I'm not running to the middle of the field to be a part of the defensive huddle. I'm going out here because I know who I got. I got this dude.
All right.
I'm going wherever he's going. So it's going to work itself out. Travis is a once in a lifetime, talent, and you're going to see once in a lifetime results and once in a lifetime money come after.
And I think one thing that may not be stated as much as probably should be, Travis Hunter is also learning offense first, because they got another investment to protect, and that's Trevor Lawrence. So they view Travis Hunter as somebody who can be a real weapon for him. So when you think about the season that Brian Thomas had, a rookie out of LSU that went absolutely nuts last year, you put Travis Hunter on the other side, who do you guard? Like, where do you shade the safety to? Because at the end of the day, if you shade the safety over to Brian Thomas and you've got Travis Hunter one-on-one, I don't think there are a lot of guys in the NFL who can stay with Travis Hunter one-on-one. I just don't. And even if you're in his back pocket, the way that he contorts his body to get to the ball in ways that nobody else can, I think that's what makes him more special than anything. You hear people talking about, oh, what's his top end speed? Or, oh, man, what about his routes? I've never seen anybody do the things in the air that Travis has done when the ball is in the air. He literally feels like this ball was thrown to me, whether he's on offense or defense, and regardless of the situation, double coverage, triple coverage, or he can have 2 receivers in the same space and he's the 1 DB. He feels like there's a way for him to get to the ball, and he's been like that for a long time. So I think adding that extra blanket of security for Trevor Lawrence is going to be super important, and they're going to have to remember that when it comes to contract time for sure.
Yeah, like y'all said, they know exactly what they have in him, being a unicorn type player. So they're going to be open to all things to get the best out of him. And also it shows their confidence in him, in his smarts and his ability to learn, because that's one thing a lot of people look over in the NFL or even in top tier college football, is the fact that you have to learn these playbooks. And if you have a guy learning on both sides of the ball, that's putting a lot on his shoulders. But Travis is a guy that can actually handle that. We've seen him excel. And like you guys said, you guys go ask the coaches how did they deal with it. Ask Travis and work a plan to where you guys can get the best out of him during the season.
Chico, in my best Shaq voice, let me tell you right now, the morning run, it's supposed to go Dukes, Neely, did Chico. It's go 3, 2, 1. Like it goes 1, 2, 3. It counts back down. If you jump in when I'm about to say something again, I'm going to knock your ass out.
Well, the eye in the sky don't lie. So go back and look at the film, and then go back and look at the order because I was right on point.
Chico, I will throw this cup at your ass. Chico, I do think Deuce made a hell of a point, man. In the season, man, Trevor Lawrence gonna have to buy Trav a Rolex or something because he is literally going to be the if there is a single reason, he's gonna be that single reason that Trevor Lawrence gets to stay in Jacksonville because Trevor needed him more than anybody.
I think they're doing right by Trevor though, and Trevor, with him coming out being highly touted and the talent that he has, all they had to do is put the right pieces around him. I think that's what they're trying to do now. Instead of trying to usher him out of there, listen, man, we're not going to get anybody who's been, valued as high as this guy coming out. We need to put the right pieces around him.
Chico, you know the facts. Coach Prime said, you know the facts, Chico. Coach Prime has said the facts. And only two people get blamed when you lose a game. That's the head coach and the starting quarterback. Mm-hmm. And a lot of what has happened in Jacksonville or has not happened, they have squarely put on Trevor Lawrence's shoulders. Mm-hmm. Whether it is that they let the wrong people go or brought the wrong people on, either way it go, they have been blaming Trevor Lawrence for the lack of success or what they thought was going to be successful in Jacksonville. And now you add in a Travis Hunter, you add in the other buffs, who've landed there as well. All of this is going to help Trevor Lawrence out because now you got some players on defense as well.
Yeah. Hey, I like what Jacksonville is doing. I like what the Browns are doing also. Unc, let me ask you a question, though. Do you like what your Cowboys are doing? And Jerry Jones holding out once again. It seemed like, just pressing on him once again. He's at press conferences saying what he's saying, almost 80 years old, or is he 80 years old yet? But he's definitely an old man. You got to watch what he's saying out there, dog. What do you feel about Jerry Jones and how he's handling Michael Parsons and the comments he had this weekend about Dak Prescott and Parsons getting hurt?
Jerry's fumbling the bag, man. It just is what it is. I will say this, and I'm gonna say it both silos in all seriousness. It's his team. He owns it. It's his business. You can walk in any business in America. If you don't like the way they're doing business, don't shop there. So if you don't like the way Jerry Jones running the Cowboys, stop being a fan and find yourself another place to work. Now, flip that to the side. I think we've reached a point, man, that Jerry needs to stop being the spokesperson for the team. I think that Jerry says things that are not accurate based on his age. I think Jerry says things that were said in the meeting that we said we're going to say publicly, but because of his age, he still said it publicly. I think it's time for Stephen Jones to really take the reins of the ship and to be the spokesperson along with the head coach during these live press briefings. Anything that needs to go out written, we can attribute that to Jerry's remarks. But Jerry has reached a point where live microphones are not in his or the organization's best interest. Even if he's saying what he believes, some things you don't say publicly when you're in negotiations.
Yeah, you're right. I was just thinking about some of the things my grandma used to say. And I'd be like, man, Granny, come on, man. You can't say that, Granny. Why I can't? Because after a while, and I got a feeling by the time I get up there, I'm gonna probably be a hot mic type of guy. I'm like, man, don't let Papa Duke get on there.
You over halfway there now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, halfway.
Now put $1 billion in your pocket.
Man, what?
Ain't nobody gonna tell you what to say. I just think it's time for Jerry. Like, all right, man, look, Jerry, we got this.
But you got to watch. We saw what happened to the Clippers owner. So I know it's a different situation, but what I'm saying is, that's your older owner, right? Just say anything, because, you know what I mean. So hopefully he don't get caught on tape saying some crazy stuff. But at the end of the day, man, let your sons go up there and talk. You sit back like a mob boss and don't say nothing, man. Why you got to say something so much?
It ain't fun.
It's making the situation worse. It ain't fun. Hey, losing for the past how long? 30 years is not fun either, I'm sure.
Hey, they've been losing 30 years.
They haven't made
he might exaggerate a little bit on that.
Now
we talking about Super Bowl wins. But
that's what I'm talking about. Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm gonna allow it. That's their standard. Super Bowls, dog.
Who your team, Chico?
Whatever team at the time, whatever team Coach Prime was playing for, Deion Sanders. So I went from the Falcons. First of all, I was a Bills fan. So when they lost 4, I threw away my Buffalo Bills starter jacket, got in the fight, and I said, forget them. And I started following Deion Sanders, Falcons, 49ers, Cowboys. Then I rocked with T.O., Cowboys, Eagles. So I rock with players. Forget these teams, dog.
So who your player you rock with?
Right now, it's not Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, just a quick update. Just heard from Coach Sanders, Earl Sanders, that he is having some browser issues as far as logging on, but he's working on it.
Yeah, we'll get them all shortly. Who would I? My team right now, though, for real, is a team I also used to cheer for as a little kid because they had my same last name. They just could never win. I liked them when Lawrence Vickers was there. I liked them when they had Peyton Hillis, and that was the Cleveland Browns. And now they got Shedeur Sanders. I got a reason to really root for them and not be laughed at now. So I'm going to be a Cleveland Browns fan as long as 12 there.
All right. Well, Chico with Cleveland. You know, I'm rolling with the Falcons, and we got with the Cowboys.
Period.
Hey,
Jerry can have a press conference and say the N-word. I'm going to still wear my Cowboy shirt.
See? But I can't root for Hulk Hogan. Unbelievable. Come on, dog. You just heard what Unc just said?
You still be rooting for Hulk Hogan. We just tease you about it.
Come on, dog.
Just like I would expect you would tease me about that. Like,
Now we teasing. Did you just say tease?
Nah, but you know what's funny? Because after what they said Jerry Jones was saying to what's my boy? Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody in Cowboy land say nothing. That was crazy. Like my cousin Chip, like the biggest Cowboys fan in the world. Nobody had no comeback for what Jerry Jones was saying to Jamie Foxx. Like, hey, buddy, like, hey, that's
maybe because they thought it was half true.
Saw a picture of Dak Prescott looking like he's in great shape.
Oh man.
I saw a picture of Dak Prescott looking like he's in great shape out there on the football field.
My bad.
How do you feel about his comeback this season, Uncle Neely?
I think he's ready, man. I think he's the best shape of his career. Every injury he's had is completely healed. I tell you the what I'm looking forward to seeing, and this just happens in life. I'm looking to see, family Dak, and what impact it has on him. He's now got 2 little girls since he's really been in top shape. And but when, a matter of fact, when we were at Big 12 Media Day, I had a chance to text with him, and he's doing good, man, in great spirits. I think this is setting up to be one of his best seasons ever with the strength of that wide receiver room.
Yeah, that's gonna really help them out right there.
Yeah, man.
Also, probably Jerry Jones' comments might put a battery in his back.
Jerry, man.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see NFL young boy and CeeDee Lamb together, man. I think you could literally like when you think about having one-on-one coverage, like we just talked about, where do you shift the safety to? Man, CeeDee Lamb, and on the other side, you got somebody like George Pickens. Now, when you talk about one-on-one and contested catches, I just talked about Travis Hunter. George Pickens pretty tough too. So I think that's I'm excited about that. I do want to see what they're gonna do at the running back position though. So yeah. I'm excited to see what goes on with the Cowboys this year. That was
we did have one super chat up there.
We got two. We got 2 actually. So y'all keep super chats coming. We're gonna make sure we read them.
And Duke, what's up with your Falcons, man? What y'all? We had Hodge on, Kadera Hodge, Mendenhall, Mississippi, who's now with the Falcons. He signed his extension. He's been on the morning run. What your Falcons looking like? Y'all through stealing phone numbers and calling people or what?
Man, look, man. First of all, I got that is very un-Falcon-like behavior. It's Falcon-like behavior, but it's not Atlanta Falcon-like behavior. So, on the outside of that, man, we excited for MP9, man, Michael Penix. We excited to see him. We got the do-rag dude in the building. The aesthetic looks just like Atlanta. We happy about it. We got one of the best arms in the league. And from this point, hold on. From this point, I think this got to be the year for the Falcons. All right. This got to be the year, because every year we say it's going to be the year. Last year we went 6-2. This got to be the year. Man, I don't know if it was an omen, but seeing Cam on Netflix on the quarterback thing, on the quarterback special when he was looking all disappointed, I said, man, I hope that don't carry into this year. So instead of going with momentum, we're going to go with opposites this year. So that's how the season started. Right before training camp, we get Cam on screen, looking all disappointed. This year, we're going for the opposite. I got a feeling we're going to have pictures of video of Cam being very excited at a game, so that's where we're going to go.
And please know this, y'all, if you're in the chat not familiar with it, Cam, being Duke's son, Cam, was caught in the stands in a Netflix documentary looking very disappointed in his hometown Falcons. It's going to become a repeated meme out there. Shout out to
Right.
Cam. Churchill Smoke Shop is in the building. I know they are New Orleans Saints fans, but let me tell you this, Dukes.
Dukes, you got to send me a
I'm
picture too.
ATL all the way after what the Saints did or didn't do for Shador. I hope the Saints go 0 and whatever.
And then they just
and the Steelers go 0 and whatever.
I'll say this about the Saints and the Steelers. For one, the Saints signed their quarterback that they drafted to a guaranteed deal. All right. And we all saw what he's bringing to the table. And then the Steelers, I watched the documentary last night, with them and them evaluating their quarterback that they did draft. And honestly, I think that he might be the right fit for the Steelers. Although we feel like, hey, man, y'all should have taken Shador there. He would have been a better player. But as far as fit go and what that GM was looking at, I think they were trying to bring back Ben Roethlisberger's 2.0. Go get a quarterback from the state of Ohio, a big, strong arm, smart white kid, and go from there. Tough kid. I'm dead serious. I'm just saying what I felt like they were looking at. Hell,
we can laugh, Chico. We can laugh. We support you.
I'm
dead
laughing
serious,
at you.
We laughing with you.
But it's
So
all
you
good.
want to say white boy?
No, white kid, white boy. It don't matter. They'll say black boy, orange boy, whatever. It don't matter. But what I'm saying is they're trying to get Ben Roethlisberger 2.0, and I think that that Will Howard is damn near in the mold of that, and I think that might be a good draft pick for them. Just based on what they had in the past. Y'all like, man, F that ish. Y'all.
No, I ain't mad at it. Big Papa Funk said the Honey Badger quit the Saints because they suck.
Yeah, Honey Badger retired.
Shout out to the Honey Badger, man. Honey Badger was on the pregame show when he came to Coach Pryor's camp, man, sat down with me and Chuck Bishop for a good 20 minutes. Man, you know what? I'm going to go clip that and re-air that in honor of the Honey Badger's retirement, man.
Yeah.
Man, one of the greatest DBs of all time, probably one of my favorite players, dog. Just watch it hit his college highlights. Look, you got to put him up there with some of the greatest of all time. I don't think anybody had more exciting college highlights. They might have had, he's in the conversation for sure.
Yeah, Honey Badger was tough, man. From college all the way to his career. I think he played 4 teams: the Texans, the Chiefs, the Saints. And who's the other team he played for?
Arizona.
That's right. Shout out to the Honey Badger, man. Patrick Peterson and them.
Man, you're just hopping on, man. Coach Earl Sanders is still having some technical difficulties. He's actually in Atlanta, Duke. So I don't know if y'all weather still acting up or something, but he's still trying to get on.
Yeah, depending on where he at in Atlanta, it's messed up.
Yeah, so we may have to reschedule him for Friday or another day if he doesn't make it. But he is.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
He's trying.
He's probably in the camera like this too.
So you gotta do that nose.
Oh, there's no. Hey, we're waiting on you guys to hit that like button. Also, we got to get to 200 likes. We got about 300 people watching us right now. Y'all share this to everybody out there and let them know that we're live on the morning run right now on the pregame network.
Let me ask the two of y'all this in the chat. Y'all get into it. And don't forget now, we're gonna get to the super chats. All super chats get read before the show is over. Mm-hmm. As we are now less than a week away from going back to Boulder where it's colder. Team meeting will be on that Sunday afternoon with the first practice next Monday. Dukes, Chico, Dukes, we'll go with you first. What are you looking to see out of this first week back from the team, the organization, et cetera?
I'm just the Swayze effect, the difference maker, as you call them. I'm just waiting to see the Swayze effect. When you got guys, usually that first week, you got guys who no matter if they hit all of their training or if they hit every off-season conditioning event, they still ain't in shape, and you still got to pull them along. And I want to see. I just got a feeling that this is probably one of the most well-conditioned teams in the country, and I'm just looking forward to see guys being able to hit the ground running without having to worry about conditioning at all.
I'll say what I'm excited about is just all the new faces out there and them working their way into their positions and that depth chart. It's like when water going downhill, water's gonna always find the lowest ground to get to. Okay, we got our guest popping on right now, but I'll get to what I was
Finish
trying
your
to
point that you weren't gonna make.
Okay. The point that I wasn't gonna make is
Don't let Earl save you now. You know that wasn't going nowhere. Oh, let me get to my guest.
No, I got a bunch of stuff going on. I got a guest coming back here. He just popped out. I think he's still having problems, so I don't know whether we're gonna have him on or not. But at the end of the day, I do think it's going to be a lot of positions out there that's open. A lot of position battles is what I'm trying to say. On that defensive line, the offensive line, at every position is going to be a battle. I think the main one everybody's looking at is that quarterback spot. With Salter and Juju Lewis. I think that's going to be big on where this season is going to go. Who's going to be that day one starter? From the top, I think it'll be Salter with what he presents from his experience, and then what he could do with his feet and passing the ball. So, it's going to be great for Coach Prime to get his eyes on some of these guys for the first time on the field in pass and stuff, and it'll work out from there. I think Earl just popped on and popped off again.
I love those answers, man. There's going to be nothing like being in football shape to have football practice. And if you can show up week one already in week 2 or 3 shape, which Swayze certainly had them in, you can just accomplish so much more, because you got to understand, you got a game August 29th. That ain't a long way from now when you got, I think, only 21 practices or so that you can do. And I like what you said as well, Chico, about the quarterback battle, because I think everything is going to matter and be measured in that. Time and attendance on meeting, hours of film watched, and performance on the field. So that margin of error between these two QBs could be so thin that everything matters and who Coach Prime is going to choose. Having said that, when we get into practice with pads, I want to see the revamped running game with Coach Marshall Faulk and Shermer calling it, to see what we're really going to do on the ground and how that offensive line that's been revamped is going to increase the run game, and will that defensive line with his depth be able to stop it?
Absolutely, man. And I think you made a really good point with Coach Falk giving his input to Coach Shermer. And I think I did a breakdown. I did a deep dive on both of their offensive philosophies and guys that they played with and who taught and who they learned under. And in roundabout ways, they're both disciples of the Air Coryell offense, which was birthed at San Diego State. And we really saw go crazy with the Chargers with Kellen Winslow, and how big where they actually revolutionized the tight end position out there. So I think the ability for Shermer to blend his game, what he's been like just famous for, multiple tight ends, stretch offense, being able to mesh zone and man blocking schemes. I think he'll be able to unload the clip, because that's what he wants to do, being a tight end. And if you want to go look at him having the optimal rush offense, go look at, I believe it's LaShawn McCoy in 2016, I believe. But go look at that year. LaShawn McCoy went absolutely crazy when Shermer was calling the shots, and I think you'll see exactly what Colorado can be this year.
Man, love that, Dukes, because you spot on, brother. Because one of the things you got to do, Chico, you said you was busy, so one of the things you got to do is, I don't care if it's basketball or football, the majority of the game, the ball has to be in the hands of your best players. Mm-hmm. And you look at last year, that's Shedeur and Travis. You got to have the ball in Shedeur's hand to make the decision. You're going to try to get the ball to Travis. With this year, in absence of those two, and with the elevation of other players, now you get to do more with the ball. There's going to be matchups where the tight end is the favorable matchup. There's going to be matching with a slot or the outside on the X, or the running back is going to be the favorable matchup, or the quarterback keeping it. So I think this is really going to put Sherman in a position to show that offensive playbook and all what it can handle, because you're not so worried about just Superman and Batman having the ball. Now you got the whole Justice League.
That's a good one.
That's why we think this team is going to be a better team overall, top to bottom, even a deeper team that you can continue to sub in and out, especially on that defensive line, which is very, very deep, man, with guys that's been brought in. I think we have Coach Earl Sanders checking in now. Unc, y'all ready?
Let's do it, man. Let's try it.
Let's see if we can do this. Let me see. Chat, y'all hit him with an 09 in the chat right now. Coach Earl Sanders. Give us a good introduction, Unc. Try to read.
Coach, give me a thumbs up if you can hear us. Oh, he can hear us. We got my man Tougaloo Baseball's head coach, but we got him on today to not only talk about HBCU baseball. Recently announced he's going to be inducted in February to the College Baseball Hall of Fame. Earl Sanders played at Jackson State University, drafted in the first round by the Toronto Blue Jays, and has done nothing but try to build and give back to baseball, particularly in our culture. The legendary Hall of Famer, I always tell him, F is his middle name because it's Earl Sanders. Coach Sanders, how you making it?
You see, I've been having some technical difficulties, but been enjoying the show, man. It's a privilege to be on.
Oh man, Coach Sanders. Hey, I wanted to ask you, Coach Sanders, as a phenomenal two-way player, where you hit over 400 and you also were a power pitcher. Now we see that starting to be like we see a guy like Shohei Ohtani who's able to do both. Is there anybody else since you've been a part of the game that you looked at their game that has some of you in them or has some of Ohtani in them that you thought could have been a two-way player but just couldn't because of the rules at the time?
I'm sorry, y'all. I got somebody that's working with me on this laptop.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
I see your face down.
Coach, can't hear you. The picture got better than audio went away.
Yeah. It might be.
Nah, we can't get you, Coach. We can't hear you, Coach. We can see you, but we can't hear you.
Chico, do we have two? Does he have two?
Yeah, he has two up.
You need to take one of them off. Take the phone off, Coach.
Take the phone off. Testing. Say something, Coach. Yeah, he might have. It doesn't say mute here, but I don't have any audio picking up on this end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the phone still in there?
Nah, the other one off.
Okay.
We just got this one.
Hey, tell them leave out and come back in now.
Yeah, try to come back in, Coach. I almost called him Unc. He probably that's all right too.
That beautiful beard.
Well, actually, speaking of Unc, I don't even know if I should share that. Nah, we're not gonna pick up the hat. Let's go back to you gotta learn sometimes. You gotta learn. You feel me? That's the best thing. When people learn from the past, that's when you can move forward. You understand? That's when growth happens.
Let me tell you, reaching for that hat is like when my kids stayed up room, the girl shared a room to the left and Deuce had a room to the right. I'd be yelling up there, settle down. So in that little landing area between their rooms, if I really want them to stop, I just throw the belt up there.
Like a ball, like a bazooka, like a grenade.
When that belt hit the floor, they be like, he ain't playing. Because look, I don't want to have to go get the belt. I want the belt already up there.
Right.
So y'all know the next step is me coming.
And you don't want to walk up there and pump fake. If I walk up here, somebody getting it.
Yeah, because the belt already there. I'm coming next. So that would not be what I
get your vibe right. Get your vibe right. I've shaken the belt before. Like shake it. Y'all hear that?
Oh, yeah, they hear that buckle.
Man, I felt so bad this weekend. Took my kids out. One of them, the oldest one, of course, don't want to listen. And I'm trying to be nice.
Who should get that from?
What? Mom. That's what the dad is saying. Yeah. Hey, what do I see out the corner of my eye over there at the park? It looks like a previously picked and used switch. A big long switch, too. That's over there by the park. A parent had to have this one. And I walked over there, picked up the switch. It had stickers all over it. So I was like, whoever used this one was child abuse out this thing, dog. Like, you can't whoop nobody with this. So I picked it up anyway. And I said, hey. My daughter said, that's child abuse. I said, be quiet, girl. What's wrong with you yelling like that? Get your daddy in trouble. Let's see if we can bring Coach back on.
Okay, let's see.
Can y'all hear me, man?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
hear that, Coach. Yeah.
Hey, see, that's what happens when you have a senior citizen trying to work technology, man.
Hey, we deal with Uncle Neely all week. We deal with Uncle Neely all week.
Man, Earl
man.
Sanders back with us. Y'all heard the introduction, but I do it again because he's joined us again. Tougaloo baseball head coach recently announced he's going into the College Baseball Hall of Fame up there in Kansas City this coming February. First round pick out of HBCU Jackson State to the Toronto Blue Jays. Deuce wore his A hat, spent some time with the Braves as well. We got the legendary Earl Sanders in the building, and we're going to talk building baseball, what it takes to get it back in our community. Coach, Duke just asked you a question before it cut off. Let you go ahead and do that again, Duke.
Yeah, Coach, I wanted to ask you because when I did my research, I saw that you were one of the best two-way players of your time, and in a long time, actually. Then I look at what Ohtani is doing in LA, and that part of the game, being able to go two ways, it wasn't in the game for a long time. Is there anybody that you may have came up with, or somebody that you have watched that you said, you know what, if the rules were different, this guy probably could have been a two-way player in MLB?
You know, now growing up, I never saw that in the major leagues. The only thing about it, you had in the National League, of course, pitchers had to hit.
Mhm.
So some of your better hitters ended up being pitchers. But as far as just me seeing anything like that, no, it was just something that I've always done.
Right.
Yeah. We started off with how do we get it back into the Black community? You know, you drafted after 3 seasons at Jackson State. How can we get more young Black players in the inner city playing baseball?
You know, I think we're kind of going in the right direction. You've got a couple of big leaguers, Marvin Freeman, Grissom. They've got a really good program. Oh, I see the A hat. They got a really good program in Georgia. I think there's another couple of groups down south, but basically they're focusing on our kids. Now, the thing about it, they're playing, but the problem is nobody sees them. And also, when you talk about being priced out of a sport, it makes it very difficult, and people are selling our kids the dream, and the parents that you got to have a $500 bat, you got to have 3 uniforms, you got to have the bat bag and all of that. You can have a $500 bat and you can't hit a lick. So you really could kind of curb that by just getting the kids out in the community and just developing those kids. But they're playing. It's just a matter of having an opportunity to be a part of what's going on the outside of the inner cities.
Coach, we spent part of the morning talking about the unicorn of Travis Hunter and how there was no better coach for him in Deion Sanders to get the best out of him and know how to utilize him. Your college coach, Coach Brady, is now in the College Baseball Hall of Fame, and he compared you to Oil Can Board and said you the best thing since sugar. What was it like having a coach that understood your talents instead of just saying, no, Junior, you're going to pitch, and no, Junior, you're going to bat? He knew how to get Earl Sanders' greatness out of Earl Sanders.
So, funny story now. At first, he wasn't going to let me do both. When I got there as a freshman, of course, if you threw 90 miles an hour, they want to put you on the bump. But the conditioning of pitchers and the training they do, I wasn't ready for that as a freshman. So I was like, hey, look, forget the ball. I said, just let me hit. And he said, now you got to prove to me that you can hit college pitching. So I guess I proved I can hit college pitching, but he said, hey, you still gonna pitch. So that's how the process ended, and he was able to split my time, what you guys was talking about earlier. I worked a couple of days a week with the pitching staff, and I worked every day swinging the bat. So I clearly understand what you guys were talking about with Travis, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do.
And Coach, in Atlanta recently, we've had like you said, we've had a renaissance of young African American athletes that have been going to the MLB draft, and one of the most recent ones was Tamar Johnson, who everybody tried to get on the football field because he looks like a running back. Coach, you went 6'4", 220. How did they keep you off the football field?
Well, fortunately for me, I I tore my patella in high school.
Mm.
So I got, of course, we didn't have physical therapists and all of these miraculous trainers and stuff back then. So ended up not being a 3-sport athlete, ended up being 2.
Okay.
But yeah, I played football. I played on both sides of the ball, tight end, defensive end. And of course, I probably would have ended up at route 2. But again, me not being able to play football in high school, I think it just allowed me to focus on the other 2 sports.
Oh man, that's a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
But one thing that,
No, go ahead, coach. Go ahead, coach.
yeah, and one thing that I try to tell a lot of parents, just because your kid is 6'5", 6'6", doesn't necessarily mean they're going to the NBA or they're going to the NFL. Those guys, if you see now in Major League Baseball, man, you got some trees. And those guys are outstanding ball players. They're exciting to watch. So, and I'm hoping that trend continues to go up.
Yes. Who are some of the guys you used to look up to and watch as you were coming up?
Ooh, wait, you talking about in the 70s, man. Hank Aaron. Didn't get to see Bob Gibson play, but my dad talked about him all the time. But Hank Aaron, Ozzie Smith, Dave Parker. You talk about the Big Red Machine, George Foster, and all those guys. Because back then, I think that was probably 6 or 7% African Americans in Major League Baseball at that time. So that was quite a few guys we had a chance to look up to as kids.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, you got a comment, and I got a question based on the comment. Your man, our man, Inside HB Sports Charles Bishop says, Coach, you have no idea how much you were part of the trajectory of Mississippi baseball. Earl Sanders, Will Clark, Rafael Palmeiro. I want to ask you this, or did you know how much you were part of the story, even though they were getting the shine?
Absolutely not. Look, dude, leader, like I told you, man, I was just playing the game because it was fun. And I just happened to have a little success. I think that's why I probably had success, because I really didn't take myself serious about it. I mean, this is just a game I've been playing since I was a kid. So, so I think that's what made it a lot easier for me to transition.
Yeah. Hey, Tougaloo College, talk about what's going on down there and what you're bringing and trying to build down there, in your home state.
Ooh, wait, now with Tougaloo, the program, I rebirthed the program. Tougaloo hadn't had baseball since 1981. And so when I got to Tougaloo, roughly 1,000 people, 1,000 students, and probably 60 or 70 male students. So Tougaloo was almost like a Spelman with a couple of guys. And my goal was to get African-American young men in college, continue to play a game that they love, and in 4 years have a college degree. Now, of course, if they happen to get drafted, that would be a beautiful thing. But for a young black man that didn't have his degree until 2009, I understood the importance of it. So the baseball team was really built to get young African Americans in college. And now we take some butt whoopings, but we're competitive. People ask me, how's the season going? We're taking a lot of L's, but at the end of the day, we're getting a lot of W's after these kids matriculate through the college, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the part I love about it. I'll say to Chico, Deuce in the chat out there is Earl Sanders, Jack State, man, I'm a Jack State man, but when Tougaloo makes that drive across town to play Jack State, I sit behind Tougaloo dugout with a Tougaloo hat on because I totally believe in the mission and what he's doing over there. I've always said HBCUs were existed to give people a chance who didn't get a chance. And that's primarily us. And you see other makes and demographics getting an opportunity as well. But I still think we have to put a premium on, our people are still behind in this. And how can we, catch up, and to see how he recruits. And that's one of the things I want to talk to you, Coach Earl. In this new NIL space, in this collective space, and now the NCAA has ruled payers can be played directly from the school. I know the panelists know, but most of the world don't know. Wasn't no such thing as no 100% baseball scholarship. If you was on a baseball scholarship, it was partial. Well, now with money flowing in, how's that going to impact your kind of program that's still pulling up from the bootstraps when you now got to compete against on the table money?
Mhm. I mean, we were already behind the eight ball, just being a small private institution. But first of all, I'm excited that these young men and young women can be paid. That's long overdue. But for us, it's just going to be a little more challenging because even now, the kids that would normally come to Tougaloo, they're bowing out. You know, they're holding out like they really got a chance to get some NIL money, which, and not talking about anybody's child, but, you know, if you're trying to come to Tougaloo, you know, NIL's not going to find you, you know, so you might as well take that opportunity, come on, put on your cleats and your hat and play college baseball. But yeah, Neely, it's tough, man. And when people ask, are you a Nike school, you're Under Armour school? No, we're just a school. You know, this is last chance you.
Yeah.
When you come to me, there's no negotiating.
Right. You want to come
Look,
play or you
you
don't.
want to come play or you don't. It's as
Yeah.
simple as that. So I try to keep it very simple with the parents. You know, because for me, I'm a no nonsense guy. You know, tell me the truth. Don't try to be a used car salesman talking about this is a new car and it's got 200,000 miles on it. You know, this is what we got. So
Yeah.
so yeah, to answer your question, Neil, it's very difficult, but we're boots on the ground. I'm gonna keep digging in until you know, we can keep changing lives.
Let me say this for Duke's hop in. To the ladies in the chat, could y'all focus? All the ladies in the chat talking about, oh, dimples and a gray beard, bald head. Could y'all look, ladies? Ladies,
I see some zaddies in the chat. Y'all,
yeah, that it is.
Oh my goodness!
We're gonna put y'all up out of here now. Y'all look.
They asked, were you in that viral video getting out the car with the suits on with your brothers?
Absolutely not.
Let me ask this a serious question. I had a cousin I still have a cousin, of course. He was coaching at Selma University, and he had a slew of players and recruits that came in from Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic and stuff. Do you do your recruiting down there? And if so, how is that?
That's why I love him, Chico. That's why I love him.
Talk to me about that type of recruiting.
So I got to call it fair, man.
Yeah.
I want to make sure, you know, and you guys look like me. Dude, if we don't help us, and, you know, me and my homeboy best friend, we fight about the Latino community and everything. Those guys can play. It's great. But who's going to help us? Who's going to help us? So what I always tell, because what they'll do, they'll bring players down for me to evaluate, to play for Tougaloo. And I'll tell them, I say, look, if they want to come, fine. But the money that I have aside, I've got to take care of our people. You know, I don't have an issue with the Latino players, even the European players. But dude, we gotta save a piece of the pie for our kids, man.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. It's not that I don't want them. It's not that I have anything against them. But again, a HBCU was built because we could not. And so in 2025, that's just what I do. And again, if anybody wants to come play for Tougaloo, they're welcome to come. But the $2 I got to give it to somebody look like us on the screen, man.
Hey, man.
Yeah, Chico, Dukes.
Straightforward, dog.
Before, and I got to say here because you cracked that door open, Chico. And I'm not picking on any individual HBCU because you see it happen across the board. We look the other way when it happens on golf teams. We look the other way when it happens on baseball teams. But you wouldn't look the other way if it was the band. You wouldn't look the other way if it was the dancing team. You know, things that we really value as the culture, if they became, you know, 60% foreign or 70%. And so I say, man, I understand. Now do what you think you got to do to win. But I win with players from right around the corner from your school. And I don't got to go to Puerto Rico or Spain to get a player. Like, there's a guy right there in Metro Atlanta that could come play baseball for Jack State or Tougaloo and change the program. And I'm just with Coach on that, man. A lot of they get mad at me, Dukes.
No, but it goes back like even in the chat said, how do you find players that look like us if we have high schools like my school that had a $0 budget for baseball, like literally. So you have a lot of athletes choosing to play other sports rather than baseball. So how do you find those good players and, you know, recruit them and bring them to your school?
So the good part about that is, and again, I'm just my own special person. I don't punish a kid because he didn't have. You
Mhm.
know, I'm not afraid to coach a kid. So what happens is a lot of our kids, like you just said, these guys are athletes, but again, baseball is a sport that you got to nurture that sport. So
Yeah.
what happens, you'll find a lot of um, black guys who decide they want to play baseball at 10, 11, 12. Sometimes that's too late. But, you know, if you come to Tougaloo, I've never cut, well, let me stop. Last year, the first time I ever cut a player.
Mhm.
But if you come to Tougaloo, if you want to be coached, if you want to get better, I could care less what you did in high school. If you're hungry, you want to learn, you want to get better, we're going to do that for you.
All right.
That's rare, coach. A lot of coaches don't want to coach no more.
Yeah, well, you know, and I could call it fair, Neil. I can't be mad because some of those schools, the pressure is there. Fortunately for me, you know, Tougaloo hadn't put that pressure on me, you know, to do it because, again, they're not providing the funding and the resources for me to be able to go out there and compete on that level with just per se the SWAC. We're not going to say the Power Five.
Yeah.
So if you're not providing me those tools, then you got to let me do what I do to bring
Mhm.
these kids in here to compete every day and to, you know, hopefully become graduates in 4 years.
Dukes.
Man, Coach, I was gonna ask you. So when you talk about recruiting,
Mhm.
you're going into the College Baseball Hall of Fame. That's got to be a tremendous feather in your cap. Talk about what it was like when you got that phone call, and do you have any plans on trying to use that, or maybe showing some of your players some old video of you just so they can kind of see like, hey, I'm not just talking, I've lived this.
So the phone call came on a Saturday morning, and you guys know in 2025, spam and all these calls. So I'm looking at this number. I'm like, I don't know who it is, you know. And then I thought about it. I said, well, maybe it's a kid, you know, that wants to come to Tougaloo. So I answered the phone. They asked, I speak to Mr. Sanders. I said, speaking. And it was like, are you sitting down? I said, no, I'm laying down, but what's going on? He said, well, I just want to call and congratulate you and tell you that you have been just selected to the Baseball College Hall of Fame. So, of course, I paused. And I'm just kind of sitting there and I'm looking around. And he said, that's normally the response when we call a guy and say
Yeah.
he's been So it was very surreal. I just kind of, you know, I just had to kind of, oh, now you didn't have to put the picture up, but I kind of had to, yeah, I had to just sit back and think, it's still surreal. It's still surreal. But as Neela can tell you now, half of the players I recruit, I never tell them I played, you know, because I want you to come because you want to come. You know, just because everybody thinks I was a great player does not mean that I'm a great coach. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing I've learned, moms and dads know way more than college coaches these days, man. So
You ain't lying.
I'll just so look, I deal with all of that and I take it all with a grain of salt because I chose to be a coach. And I tell people all the time, I said, look, all of that comes with it. All that comes with it. So, but yeah, I would never tell a person, hey man, I'm in the Baseball Hall of Fame, I'm all SWAC. And anybody that knows me, Neil and them just happened to find out. You know, I've been coming to the smoke shop for, you know, and I don't know how he found out. And that's when my world turned upside down. Thank you, Neil.
Well, let me tell him the story. Let me tell him the story, and then you open that door. We up a shout out to Churchill Smoke Shop. We up there. This is some years back, and brothers gathered around the TV. Might have been like Yankees and Red Sox on. Some big game was on, and of course y'all know, just like the barbershop, everybody's a damn expert. Well, being a Jackson State guy, although a couple years shy of coach there, I knew who he was. I knew this Earl Sanders, Jackson State baseball legend, you know, Toronto Blue Jays. But if he ain't telling nobody, you know, who am I to tell? So these debates go on about pitching and what you should be doing, and they coaching horrible, and they this and that. Earl ain't saying a word. Well, he get up to go to the restroom, and I say, hey, guys, do y'all know who y'all smoking a cigar with? And they're like, no. And then one dude said, yeah, that's Tougaloo head coach. I said, nah, a little more than that now. I said,
That's Earl.
that dude was drafted first round, man. Like, y'all argue.
Baseball.
Won't you just ask him? Oh, when he came back, the joke was so quiet and humble. And, Mr. Sanders, could you
I bet Coach came back to the table like, what's going on?
I would say this, Deuce and Chico, he is one of the most humble guys. A lot of guys walk in the door and lead with their accomplishments.
Yeah.
He walks in the door and he leads by promoting others. Like he will talk to you more about his 2 assistant coaches than he will himself. He'll talk to you more about a kid on the baseball team or life in Moss Point where his mom was a leader in NAACP. He'll tell everybody else's story in the world except his. And so he's just that humble guy. And so I believe him when he say he's not going to tell a recruit that he's in the Hall of Fame.
Hey, you might need to start doing that nowadays because that's what they want to hear nowadays. It seems like, you know what I mean?
Hey,
I want to start doing that, Coach.
Chico, he did recently get his flowers. I guess this is what Coach about 4 or 5 years ago now. They had a honoring program for him and named the baseball field, and they messed up and let Neely, give a tribute to him. I saw some tears coming on them shades. I saw him blotting over there. I said, okay, I get off stage now to made him cry.
That's what you're here for.
Chico, you got something?
No, I just go ahead, Dukes, if you wanted to.
Now I want to ask you, man. So, Coach, like Tommy John surgery, like formerly it was just like this, it was like this revolutionary process, and now they're throwing Tommy John around like it's going to get your ankle taped. What do you think about Tommy John surgery now, like, and how frequently guys are using it? And do you think there's another way that we should be that we should be going about trying to fix ligaments in the arms of ball players?
Man, I tell you what, when I was playing, if you had Tommy John, that was a death sentence, because that surgery is so extensive. But again, when you talk about technology and science, I think somebody asked me before, man, these athletes are so much better. I mean, these guys are built different, man. They're eating, the nutrition, the workouts that they do. And I see they're trying to come up with some kind of way to protect the pitcher's arm. Now I'm gonna be, I'm old school. I don't believe in pitch counts. When we came up, dude, you wanted to pitch 9 innings. Now you making $70 million a year to go 5. So, and you look back in the day, a lot of those big leaguers didn't have arm problems, but these guys is just pitching 5 or 6 innings. They're tearing ligaments and whatever. So I don't know what it is, what it's going to take, but I just think everybody's body is different. Pitching mechanics are different. So this is one I think that they're going to toil with for a while, but somebody's going to figure out something to get paid, and then everybody's going to go to that. And then the next time somebody's going to, so it's going to always be evolving until, hey, but again, these athletes, man, I love watching them, man. I mean, it's impressive.
Yeah.
You got high schools throwing 100 miles an hour, man. Come on, dude.
Yeah. No, for sure. That's crazy.
Hey, my shoulder, I remember they used to tell us not to throw curve. Oh, here we go. They told us not to throw curveballs when we were like 13, 14 and stuff. I did it anyway. I did it anyway. And it got to a point
you're going to always do what you told not to do.
But it goes back to it, though. It just depends. It depends on the kid. That was back in the day, too. But, hell, I was throwing curves at 13. You're trying to be competitive, man, but the good thing is they're teaching the off-speed stuff, the cutter, the changeup, and that's not as much pressure on the arm as it is, it's a yellow hammer, that 12-6. So again, they're coming up with creative ways to protect these kids and let them do what they do.
Yeah. Man, speaking of the curveball, it's for anybody, but especially you, Coach. The curveball is what separates basically little league players from high school and college players. When that curveball got introduced, and they try to teach you, they say, "All right, you wait till you see the scene."
Right.
What would you tell somebody? Like, is that honest? Because I could never hear this. I'm just keeping it in the book. What do you tell somebody to learn how to hit a curveball?
So now, first of all, if it's a good curveball, you ain't gonna hit it.
Okay.
So I don't care who you are. But
Right.
what happens is, as a hitter, dude, you have to be able to pick up the spin on the baseball. If
Mhm.
you're just up there just looking at the baseball, everything's gonna look like a fastball.
Right.
But yeah, the curveball, you see it, you keep your hands back and you drive it. It sounds simple, but those guys do this for a career. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, but if you can't recognize the rotation while you're in the box and location, yeah, you'll be like all of us sitting here. We'll be watching baseball.
I'll tell you, man.
Had I known how much money you can get coming out of high school, had I known, I would have kept playing baseball, man. Because
Oh yeah,
you can
it's
get
out there.
paid. Yes, you can get
Mhm.
paid.
Coach, like I've told you before, and I let the group know. We talked the other night about this. That one of the signs I look for when I look for somebody, are they a Hall of Famer in their particular sport or field, is when you look at the time that they played. Can you really tell the story of that era and not mention them? And I know that you were at Jackson State, and it's it's the mid '80s, and you did exceptional things, which have now been proven because now you're going into the College Baseball Hall of Fame. But where was it for you, whether it was down in Moss Point where you grew up, or when you went from Jackson down to Baton Rouge to play LSU, or you get up to Massachusetts or something? When was it for you that you said, I'm just as good, if not better, these other guys from these bigger schools?
I don't know, Neely. It was just I've always competed on a high level. Um, but again, I'm playing this game because it's fun. But I mean, I kind of in high school, as a kid back in the day, man, the newspaper articles was the big thing. So, so I'm like, man, dude, they got me in the newspaper on the front page. So it just kind of started there. And of course, all of my friends that came up playing Little League Baseball with me, none of those guys were playing anymore. And they were like, Earl, say, dude, yeah, we knew you was gonna be the only one gonna get up out of here.
Yeah.
So so they still do that to this day. Was like, dude, you just didn't know. Dude, we all just looked at you like, hell, okay, so everybody else then is Earl. So so that's just one of those things, Neely. I just love to play it. I never, again, I still don't take myself serious, but I knew that once I started competing, it didn't matter what school or who you were. I was going to do my job, have some fun, and smile about it.
There you go. Hey, I got a picture right here. I have a picture right here.
See,
Not
that
that one,
was
but this one right here. There's another one. I used to love to look at the back of baseball cards and look at the height of players, look where they were from, look at their stats and stuff like this. What type of memories does this bring back when you see this card?
They robbed him of an inch. Earl 6'4".
and look, and they got me born May 5th, and I was born in March.
See?
So like
I guess the first thing he took was the arrows.
Right.
exactly.
Man, Coach, if you had I'm and we can do an exercise here, and Chico, y'all can get in it too. All right, watch this. If I had to build my perfect hitter, and I want to break it down in 3 spots, I'm gonna go hands, loading, and follow through. So I'm gonna go Gary Sheffield hands, then I'll probably load up like probably David Ortiz, and follow through like Ken Griffey. Build your perfect hitter, and I don't care from what era.
Barry Bonds.
I was thinking the same thing.
Hey, look, Barry Bonds, you ain't got to put nothing in there. He is in a league by himself, bro.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard, Coach.
You know what? We're going to go there, but I want to ask this question as a baseball. Like, do you think, Barry Bonds was great before all the steroid allegations and things of that nature. Do you think he should be in the Hall of Fame based off of that?
Absolutely. Yeah, okay. Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. And I was in it in the 80s, bro. Everybody was doing some stuff, dude.
Wow.
I'm talking about, guys taking shots in the tail and, now you want to say steroids, but hell, what about the alcohol? What about the greenies? What about the speed? Whatever, those guys was doing whatever it took. and I'm not saying I didn't see Buns or whatever. I know he got big as hell, but but that did not his ability to see and hit a baseball. Steroids had absolutely nothing to do with that, bro. So for me, and you think about in any sport, you're looking for an advantage. Some things are called an advantage, some things are called cheating. What is it? When a pitcher is catcher's giving signs and we pick the signs up, is that cheating or is that
Right.
getting an advantage? So I just look at it as you still got to perform at the end of the day. So yeah, that steroid piece, dude. Look, I'm the wrong one. Look, all them cats, Roger Clemens, put them
Roger
jokers
Clemens.
in the Hall of Fame, bro.
Okay.
Palmero, put them guys in, man.
Jose Canseco in there, Mark McGuire.
Put them in,
All
man.
of them. I'm with Coach on that. Like when you look at like basketball, right? You got scoring titles, scoring records. At one point, you didn't have a 3-point line, right? And so, but all the numbers are still there together. I say they should not only be in, but if you want to give me a balance, put them in with a date. Like, okay, this is the numbers before this rule change or after this change. But my biggest thing, Coach, is what the hell did it matter if the batter was on steroids and the pitcher was on them too? Like, it's fair.
Trust me, it was both. Trust me,
because Roger Clemens was a big tight end linebacker looking at the end of his career.
You think about it, they talked about Bud's career elevated after Clemens too.
Yeah,
dude, Clemens got stronger, was throwing harder. The only one that I can say that pitched that he was 70 was Nolan, but his workout regimen was ridiculous, dude. So Nolan Ryan was just a one of a kind.
Coach, let me ask you this. Why Dude's got his ATL hat on there? Once upon a time, down in Atlanta, you came jogging out for warm up with Sanders on your back of your jersey. Could you tell us that story?
So I got traded to the Braves in 90. Dion got traded to the Braves in 90. And so we were at big league spring training in West Palm Beach. So I'm come running out, with the pitchers, and we getting ready to stretch. And you just hear people screaming, Dion, Dion. I'm thinking, who are they talking about? And all they see is Sanders, because again, Dion was he was with the Yankees, so he just got traded. So that happened the second day. So when Prime got there, I guess the Braves like, okay, hold on a second now. This dude getting too much cream, dude. That ain't the man. So the next day I get there and they got East Sanders. So when I run out this time, I don't hear nothing. I said, well, them 2 days were cool. But
I know that's right. hey, Coach.
And I got a suspicion that D. Sanders is the one who hipped him to it.
Oh man. Got to ask Coach Pryor about that one.
Now, I'm looking at this chat. Look like you got. They screaming East Sanders right now, Coach.
The lady's still on them. They ain't let up yet.
Unbelievable.
They is pitching woo on the job.
Oh my God.
Hey, this is what happened when you come on the morning run, Coach. Especially with Uncle Neely.
Oh, I know who I'm on here with.
Exactly.
I ain't done nothing.
He is that guy.
I ain't telling you nothing new.
Vaughn around. I mean, the list go. Oh, like y'all. Now, see here's the thing, Coach. If we had a female guest on and the guys were doing her like that, they be all, y'all ain't paying attention, y'all sexist, y'all this and that. But they just wide damn open.
Wide open. Oh, we gotta have you back on the show. I keep calling you Coach. We gotta have you back on the show, Coach.
Hey man, look, I would love to, man. Look, this just like being at the barbershop, man. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
One last thing, somebody said, doesn't look like you're in Jackson, Mississippi. Look like you're on vacation.
Hey, I'm working.
That's right. He's recruiting in the Dominican Republic. You know what I mean? No, just
man. Yeah, this has been awesome, man.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for coming on once again. This is the Morning Run on the Pregame Network. You want to give any shout outs, go ahead and do so. Shout out some family, friends, hometown, whatever.
Definitely got to give a shout out to the town of Malls Point and the community, man. Of course, your family, that's a given. Of course, Tulu College for giving me the opportunity to mentor young people, and of course, just my whole family, man. Just thank you, thank you.
And if they want to just
Carlton
donate to
Webb
your
asked-
program, there you go.
Yeah, Carlton Webb asked, how can we donate to your program?
So we've got you can donate to oh gosh. I'm about to find it. It's, we got somebody else who does that piece, but yeah, we definitely would
Yeah, we'll put
need
the
the
link up
assistance.
for you, Coach. We'll make the link available in the future chats and on the
Okay.
gram. When we take this and make clips of it, we'll put the link to donate in there.
Absolutely.
Okay, sounds good.
Coach, man, we
right,
appreciate
Coach.
your time, man. Safe travels. And I'm sorry the female fans weren't on their best behavior.
Peace, baby.
Hello, Coach.
All right.
Yes, indeed,
Coach Earl
man.
Sanders, man, recently announced going into the College Baseball Hall of Fame up there just outside of Kansas City in February. Well-deserved honor, if anything, delayed honor, because I'm telling you what he did for college baseball in the mid-'80s and drafted in the first round. This should have been done years ago, but it ain't never too late. Congratulations to Coach Earl Sanders on this recent announcement of going to the College Baseball Hall of Fame.
E Sanders. And we got some super chats to get to. I'll try to read those.
Debbie C with the $2 super chat. Dukes and DJ Parlay could give CU that GA pipeline. I like the
I think they talking about
pipeline. Got you. Yeah, they
Yeah.
sure could. Dukes,
DJ Scream.
they already doing it. They already doing it.
Hey man,
They ain't there by coincidence.
hey,
ATLians.
hey.
I heard it's raining moisture nights on Saturn. We'll get to that later on, but go ahead, Unc, try to read this.
C Maven AI $10 super chat from C Maven. Appreciate you, C Maven, because you always be gifting out the memberships too. We see
Yes,
you.
indeed.
The Jaguar Secret, Hunt Score equal Traveler Rhythm plus Motion Chaos plus Wild Hunter Hybrid Factor plus what they just calling out. I see you, C Maven.
That's hard.
Yeah, that's hard.
See, Maven is a genius, man. Sometimes,
really
for real, man. Sometimes I watch what he like, and it might be stuff that, like secondary stuff that he'll put in the chat, and I'm like, man, I want to screenshot it so I can go figure it out. See, Maven is probably like an engineer or something. Dead serious.
Well, C Maven might be AI. AI is in his name, but C Maven and Reef, they be also be cracking them kind of jokes that show the intelligence too. Like, oh, you smart. I see that.
Yeah. I was gonna make a joke and be like, "Oh, that went right over my head," but y'all would believe it. So, we're gonna just go to the next chat.
Miss Dawn Duncan says that they gush over Arlene Shasta too. Okay, two-way player. Okay, Travis the Unicorn. Miss Dawn Duncan, all right. Good. Okay.
Hey, look.
Hey man.
I ain't no rat kid you love. I'm a
He's a pointer. He embracing it, y'all.
I'm just supporting that. I'm just telling the hunter where it's at. I ain't called no names. Hey, look.
I wasn't expecting that one, dog. I wasn't expecting this one either. Tracy, no problem. I try to provide the eye candy for the show each and every show. So no worries. Thank you for the super chat.
I really think she was talking about Earl Sanders, but okay.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I really
you talking my coach, wasn't she?
I think that 20 was for Coach being here.
Oh, okay. My bad. All right.
Cuz I appreciate it.
I don't think that was about you.
Okay. Damn. So my Coach Prime, I guess, will he be pulling up to Cleveland as well?
We'd have to imagine so.
He's a different Miss Donald Duckett.
No, I'll be you. Live free.
Hey, here's C Maven. Check back in right here as I eat this and Unc try to read that.
C Maven AI, economist for 45 years. I built pricing models for some of the most expensive medicines in the world. That's what I'm talking about. Crank your out there.
Yeah, I knew it was something.
Keisha Love say Coach Zaddy, Portia Y. Harrison, and the Y is for Y Vet. She said that was definitely for Coach Chico. Like definitely for Coach. Definitely.
Okay, so what's for me then? I must get $199 or $199, right? $199 because you get sent $19.99 for the coach and said thanks for the good. Okay, well, we'll see in a minute. We're just gonna hold down. Leon.
Man, I'm glad coach's connection went on, came through, man. It was nice to have him on. Great interview, man.
Great interview, man.
Yeah, great interview.
He
Good
cool
dude.
as a fan too.
Ain't it, man?
Too cool. Man, shoot. I hope I'm that cool.
Next time, I'm gonna make sure he see this. Next time, we got to get him to tell the story. When Jackson State was playing LSU in the playoffs down in Baton Rouge, how and why he missed the team bus and had to get a car and drive down there for the game. And
wow.
then went on to pitch his ass off.
Right?
You gotta say about you.
Damn, dog. Y'all okay? I appreciate that Big Pit. Big Pit got his order in too. Y'all make sure y'all get y'all order.
Chico still.
Big Pit got his. What'd you say, Dukes? Go ahead, Dukes. Y'all so wild in the chat. It'd be so
Definitely
funny.
Coach Daddy. I mean, look.
It'd be so fun to read these chats, man. I'm just being honest, like Fat Joe said. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just being honest. Yo. Real quick. Baseball story. Hold up. Baseball story before we go. And this for you, Dukes. This your school. When the play, I was 14 or 15, all-star game at Auburn on Auburn baseball field. I remember them telling us, hey man, y'all see all those Auburn still has the green monster up there on the baseball field. You know, it's in left field like a big green monster, like Boston has, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it had a bunch of dents in the monster. And they said, hey, you see that? Half those dents up there was put up there by Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson used to hit the ball so hard and put dents in the wall, right? So, man, I said, I'm finna hit that wall. I went up there. So for now and forever, I would think if you go and you look at Auburn's baseball field, one of those dents in that green monster is Chico's when he was 15 years old, first baseman. Now, I'll never forget the scout coming up to me at 15 years. I was a big kid, too. God damn, son, you play football, too? Yeah, but I play baseball. Baseball, my main sport. And you got scholarship offers coming for you. He was speaking to me the whole time while I was at first base, and I put a dent up there where Bo Jackson was. So I just wanted to say that, put that out there. And for no reason at all, I just wanted to say it.
It had no connectivity to that. I'm sitting waiting, okay. It's gonna connect at some point.
I'm looking at Unc's face, man. I cannot tell a story and look at Unc's face for no reason, dog.
I was waiting on you to connect. I was like,
you saw it in the chat.
No, I didn't see it in the chat, but it's all good.
You see it now?
Chico was Balco's first subject.
No, keep going.
Stop lying, Chico.
What Unc said?
What Unc said?
He lied.
hey, man. Chico, you gotta have a punchline, man. You gotta work on your ending. You just
punchline.
You like the terrorists that didn't want to learn how to land. You just go crash, man. Like, you gotta land the plane, man.
I just wanted to, connection was I played baseball at Auburn. I was getting recruited at baseball. I played on that field, but also
Plainsman Park.
Plainsman Park. Yep. I think the connection was also Unc was when I got to just stop looking at you though because you throw me off. The connection was when someone said in the conversation that the separation of college baseball and high school baseball is that curveball, right?
Yeah.
And I think I was more like Pedro Serrano on Major League. You throw me a fastball, I'm hitting that bit 400, 500 feet. You throw me a curveball, you might get me unless you hang it. So that was the separation right there of me saying, you know what, I think I'm just going to go play football because, for one, we don't practice enough baseball at my school because we have a zero budget, right? And we got to drive to the games. That's what brought that up. That's what made me think of that. You got to drive to the games. And for two, if you don't practice hitting that curveball enough, you're not going to be able to advance. How play college baseball.
How they taught y'all? What they told y'all was the key to hitting the curveball?
We gotta see the seams. You gotta see. He was exactly right. You got to find those seams, and if you can't identify those seams from how the ball is spinning, everything's like he said is going to look like a fastball. You're going to be swinging like it's a fastball, and that's it.
There's another way. That ain't it. There's another way.
To hit a curveball?
Yeah.
Yeah, keep your eyes back. Watch the ball. Keep
Nope.
your eyes on the ball. Simple.
Nope.
What's another way to hit it, Unc?
Don't swing at it because it's probably a ball anyway.
Well, that's what happened to me on my final at-bat ever that I remember. We played a road game. Chico had a couple of guys Chico had a couple of guys on base. They knew Chico was about to hit a home run, but the pitcher, for some reason, threw me a curveball, and I didn't swing at it. All I remember is, hey, out of here. Damn. That's how I ended my baseball.
What about that one you swung at in the dirt, though? Hey, we got Dirty Derek Davis in the house. I seen Dirty Derek Davis go by. My man from Jim Hill, baseball legend. Derek Davis, look, tell you, y'all talk about 3-sport athletes. Derek Davis played football, baseball, and basketball and put up the team's best numbers in all 3 sports. Slot receiver, shooting guard, shortstop.
Shout out to my guy Jay Miller, who got a scholarship offer or scholarship in football from Stanford, baseball. He got drafted, and he had a basketball. He had a basketball and football offer from Stanford. Got drafted in baseball, so that was a hell of an athlete. My dog Jay Miller, man, and he ended up playing after minor league baseball. He went and played at Alabama for Nick Saban. So he was one of those 27, 28-year-old football players that was in college a few years ago.
Chico, let me say this to Debbie C, and then I got some more comments. Debbie C, you're exactly right. All you got to do is tell the story. She said, I think Big Dog Chico was part of the Kennedy assassination. He going to put himself in any story. So is he going to just volunteer? No, but if we start talking about political assassination, he going to say, well, let me tell you.
These are true stories.
Downtown Dallas. Like, he going to find a way. Peter
D. True stories.
Hoovian, another great point.
I haven't lied one time.
Why is he referring to himself in third person? Then Leon, you can tell Chico be lying when he speaks of himself in third person. No, I'm going to tell you what Chico did now. When Chico went down there, lying.
And these are all true stories, B. I can't make this up, son. These are factual.
I think the worst one Fat Joe had was when he was like, he robbed the whole gym and 70. He robbed 70 people at one time.
True story, whole gym.
And they had to, and then they helped. And when he took everybody coats from school, they had to help him carry their stuff to his house afterwards. I was like, hey, bro, I don't care where you went to school, bro. It ain't no way.
No, somebody out there 70 gonna fight back.
It ain't that many punks in the school, dog.
Out of 70, dog.
Right.
Hey, but hey, y'all know who was a good baseball player, man, and he don't never get credit for it. But man, Pac-Man Jones, nobody even remember that. Pac pitched. Pac, when we was young, he had goggles. He couldn't. I don't know if he couldn't see that well or whatever. I don't know, protective or what. But Pac used to pitch, and his cousin was the catcher, and that was probably the best batter he had center time. So that was, man, shout out to Pac, man.
Yeah, baseball was that sport, dog. I really miss it. I can't lie. I really miss it, man.
Yeah, we had fun playing growing up, for sure.
Girls used to love to see you in baseball with those pants on. You messing around, you wear a cup. Ooh, what?
Man, hey boy,
all right, we're gonna get up and about of here, man. Y'all, I'm going over y'all head right now. Y'all missing out. Unc, they put on his hat that he wanted to wear this whole show.
I put on your hat, talking about your damn cup. Chico, let me tell you something.
Yeah, the girls used to like to see the guys wearing the cup. Come on, I guess it was just me then.
That's why you like to play catcher too, huh?
No, I ain't play catcher. My knees was too bad to get down there in that position. I was the pitcher, shortstop, and first baseman, baby. All 3 positions where you know the ball is going to be thrown to and hit to. And you need one of your best guys right there. So, other than
that, it's 2 ways he lying. When he do talking third person and do an Easki, he lying.
Boy, man.
It's Ninja. Hey, man, y'all put a bomb in the chat. What is that, bomb?
Keisha Love says she cried because Chico still with that cup. You got it on right now, Keisha. It's just good luck cup. I haven't watched it since '86.
That boy said, man,
hold up. To be like with his cup.
But that was like Little League, man.
At least it's my cup. You go to the locker room doing it with everybody else's cup.
I set myself up for that one. That's my
I'm trying to check my own cup or my own nuts. You going through? Hey, can I check your coach? Want me to check everybody's cup? Coach ain't sent you here to check no cup, Chico. No, he said he want me to check everybody.
Hey, let's go, man.
I ain't never been nobody freakier than Chico, man.
This ain't no freaky, dog. Y'all make it freaky, man.
Reverend
They got
BJ
nothing to do with
Nelson,
no freaky.
$5 super chat. What up, BJ Nelson? You know, you BJ.
We
on the
talking about
show.
little
You
league
feel me,
baseball. This man said, them girls used to like when you wear your cups. But we was little.
We were little. So I'm talking about when I was 14 and she was 14 too, dog. Not like I was 21 and she was.
Okay,
Come on now, dog. We all the same age. They used to like that. Chico, you look
Reverend
good in
BJ
your
Nelson, super
uniform.
chat, man. When Chico starts, I'm over here hollering. We holler too, for real.
But
I used to wear my wristbands like coach, I gotta say Dion because he wasn't Coach Prime then. So I used to wear my wristbands like Dion. I noticed he used to wear one down on his glove hand and one up on his throwing hand. But he was left-handed, right? So I had to switch it up. I had my big thick wristband down on my glove hand and up on my right hand. Oh, I had the Prime swag back then on everything. You know what I mean? That has no point right now, but I just wanted to say it.
Boy, been freaky a long time.
All right, guys, we're gonna get up and about here, man. It's time to go. It's time for me to go eat.
Hey, we appreciate y'all hanging in there with us. Appreciate y'all riding it out with Coach Earl Sanders, having him on. Still got like 250 plus in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Check the replay. And what's day? Wednesday. So we got Uncle Chico tomorrow night, and then we back Friday with Freaky Friday with Chico on the morning run. And then
every day Freaky Friday.
Well, you're right. Every day it is. I have full autonomy.
Boy, man.
This dude need help.
Man, y'all special. Make sure
Hey, y'all remember when Eddie Murphy and Charlie Murphy whooped Rick James' ass, and then Eddie was like, "Man, I feel bad. Rick really need help." And Charlie's like, "We just helped him." Hey, dude, that's what we need to do. Me and you need to help Chico.
Man, I miss Charlie Murphy, though. Charlie Murphy was the one.
He said, "Hey, Charlie said, Eddie, my brother, he nice. He kind-hearted. He's like, man, I really Rich feel sorry for Rick, man. We need to get Rick some help." I said, "Shit, we just helped him."
We just helped him.
But little did I know,
on his ass.
Chico is a habitual lie stuffer.
Hey, man, it don't matter. Boy, can't help it, man.
He said Rick came back and did the same thing again. It don't matter.
Same thing the next day. Well, one man Rico shirts coming soon, I guess. Might as well come with him. I'm cashing out.
Land the plane, Chico.
All right, let's go. Here we go, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
This boy
you
here
just
is
watched.
wild.
Caught that, huh? You were watching the best damn show you can find on the internet right now. Uncle Neely, Big Dog Chico, Duke's the damn scoop. We up in this thing live and in effect. And y'all want to leave with some guys before I get up out of here?
With enough, Chico. Come on.
Okay, all right. We're gonna get up out of here, man. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Have a great and blessed day. Y'all hit that like button on your way out of here. Wipe your feet before you come in and hit the like button when you get up out of here. All right.
Debbie C says she's saving some of her pension for Big Dog Chico's OnlyFans. I'm gone.
Ain't no telling what
is coming down.
I'm gone.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. We up and about this thing. Peace in the Middle East. Biggest Dog Chico to the sea and the place to be. Yeah, you be you.
You gotta come up with new words for Chico.
Something
like now
is wrong with these guys right here.
I'm gonna start calling you inherently freaky. Like every
In here.
That's it.